Today I've been checking out Goblin Auto Club Manager, which is coming out on the 26th of July on the Steam. So, have you ever dreamt about being the manager of a racing team? You've tried F1 Manager and you've went, you know what? It would be better if Lewis was a goblin. Well, do I have the game for you? Yep, it's as weird as it sounds. You own a racing team, I think is the best way to describe it. You design your own cars with like engine upgrades, brakes, different chassis. What I did like is that you could have setups for different tracks, as each one is slightly different, so you could like have loads of different setups. There are 10 like characteristics to each car. However, I would say I think these could have been better explained and represented with numbers. They're represented by bars, and I always find them hard to gauge what each one is doing if one is much better than the other. You then have your goblins, which are your race drivers, and these all have various abilities and can do different things better or worse. Then once you're happy with your decision, you hit the race. The reason you race is to win championships. There are 6 leagues to progress through, and you have to have like a certain amount of points to progress in a certain amount of races. There's also a junkyard, which has like a card-based system where you can find like new chassis, upgrades, and new goblins. The races are like a little in the Motorsport Manager vein, so you can choose to boost, which will then damage your engine, race harder, which then can lead to crashes, and you will have to choose when to come in the pits. You have 0 impact on the races. It's up to your goblin. You just control them things. The racing's done automatically. The biggest issue I had with the races is the graphics are just shockingly bad, like absolutely terrible. It can be a little bit hard to see what's going on sometimes, but I will say the tracks and levels are pretty well designed and varied. And behind those super retro visuals, if you squint really hard, there are tons of cool little things around the tracks, touches, scenery. They're quite nice. Like there's a disco one where the track lights up as you drive around, which is pretty cool. You know what? I honestly couldn't really find fault with this game. It's doing what it wants to do, and it knows what it wants to be. It's doing retro in a good and fun way. You really could be playing on the Amiga or something, and I think this one is going to totally depend on the price. If it's a few quid, it's totally worth checking out. The only negative I would say is I did feel this was more suited towards mobile, maybe Steam Deck, as it didn't look that great on the big screen and it's a little basic. But you know what? I had fun. If the price is right and maybe a few UI tweaks and you're looking to kill some time, I could think of way less fun ways to spend your money. So get it wishlisted and check it out when it comes out. Right guys, that's all I have to say on this one. Catch us all later. Goodbye.